with Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation in partnership with the Health and Wellbeing Initiative, bringing you some virtual yoga today. Just want to thank you so much for joining me, and I want to remind everyone practicing along that what I'm giving you here is simply an offering. So if what I'm cueing or suggesting doesn't work for your body, please feel free to take any variation or make modifications to any of these poses to make them work for you. This is your practice, and I want you to feel comfortable and empowered to do those things because everybody is different and everybody is different. So just remember that as we move through this practice. Just because you do something different doesn't mean that you are less of a yogi. It just means that you're smart and know how to take care of yourself. So with that being said, we're going to begin on our back today. This is just going to be about a 45 minute practice, probably about 30 minutes. So feel free to amp it up or take it slow. I'll give a couple different options for you to do those things throughout the practice. So let's begin on our back. So just roll on down. If it's more comfortable for you to have your knees bent at the beginning and then straighten them out, you can do that. If you're having some back issues with your low back, sometimes it feels better to have the knees bent. Or if it feels good, you can go ahead and straighten the knees and just let the arms come out to the sides for a few moments. Just starting to bring your awareness to your breath and noticing how your body is feeling. So allowing yourself to scan mentally from head to toe. Allowing the breath to start to enter into any areas that may feel a little constricted. Letting the weight of your body melt into the floor. So just see if you can notice where you're tensing or holding on to something, and allow it to just relax and release. As you exhale, feel any tension that you're holding on to drain into the floor. As you inhale, notice how your back body presses into the ground and your front body expands towards the sky. Exhaling, releasing, and inhaling, expanding. It's not just a front to back expansion, but side to side and top to bottom. So allow yourself to notice even very subtle movements that you might be feeling. One more breath all the way in. And all the way out, squeezing out all the air, pushing any stale air out of the lungs. On your next inhale, allow the arms to reach overhead. And we'll start to bring the fingertips and the hands over to the right side. So both fingertips and hands to the right. And then the right heel taps over to the right. Left heel can either cross over the right ankle or it can sit right next to the leg. So we're sort of making a banana shape with our body here, arcing over to the right, feeling a stretch through the left side of the body. Inhale as you slowly move back to center with the arms and the legs, taking your time, noticing how you feel as you pause in the center for a moment. And then over to the left, so taking the arms and shoulders sort of over to the left, trying to keep the hips where they are, and then walking the feet one foot at a time to the left, maybe the right ankle crosses over left. Breathing here, noticing that gentle stretch all the way along the right side of the body. And making your way back to center with arms and legs. As you exhale, hug the knees in. So maybe you bend the knees, let the feet sit on the floor for a moment, and then you wrap your forearms around your shins. If you feel like adding a little more, you can bring the forehead towards the knees, bringing that stretch all the way up through the spine into the neck. Exhale, lowering down. Right foot will drop to the mat, left ankle crosses over the right knee. So you sort of make a little triangle shape with your legs here. Hugging that right knee up and in. Try to flex these toes so that it's not really relaxed, it's engaged here, pulling those toes back towards the shin and rolling your spine down so your low back is pressing into the mat. One more breath here. I'll move around different directions so you can see what I'm doing, so don't let it throw you off. And always feel free to position yourself where you feel comfortable and you can see you're not glued to the position you first move into when you flow into a pose. Releasing the right foot back down to the mat, cross left leg all the way over. And from here you can either press that pinky edge side of your left foot into the right leg, or you can tuck those left toes around the ankle so that your left big toe is pressing into the right foot. Either way, that feels okay for you. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And from here you can take the forearms together in front of your face, or you can sweep the left arm under the right, kind of mimicking your legs, finding an eagle pose here in the supine position. So once you have your arms and legs situated, see if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears. We'll take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring the knees and elbows towards each other. Keep squeezing everything in nice and tight. Continue that engagement as you hover the toes and reach the arms in opposite direction. Exhale together. Inhale, lengthen. Couple more at your own pace. Last one. We'll hold everything in. And relax the shoulders back down to the mat. Untwist your arms and bring them to the shape of a T. And you can untuck the toes if they were tucked. We're going to press the right foot into the mat. Shift to the outside of your right hip as you move into a supine twist, allowing the legs to drop to the right. So any variation or any place in between, your legs don't have to fall all the way to the ground. You can rest them on a block or a bolster if you have something like that handy. One more breath here. Feel the left hip pressing down and away from the left shoulder, so you're lengthening through the left side of the body.
Fitness and recreation members, this is a friendly reminder to please make sure we're protecting ourselves and others around us by staying 6 feet apart, wearing our face coverings or masks. Thank you.
Bring your knees back to the center, uncross your legs. Pause for a breath here. You can even take another full body stretch, reaching arms overhead and pointing through the toes. Exhale, hug right knee in. Left foot steps to the ground, bend into that left knee. Cross right ankle over the left knee and bring that left foot up so you're back into that triangle pose, figure 4 pose on the other side. Trying to relax that right knee away from the face and engage the right foot and ankle as you pull the toes back towards the shin. Low back lengthens down onto the mat. Press your whole spine into the ground. And slowly release that foot, making your way into those eagle legs by crossing the right leg all the way over the left. So either pressing those left pinky edge side of the foot into the right, the right pinky edge side of the foot into the left leg, or if it's okay with your ankles and your hips, you can tuck right toes all the way around the left ankle. Forearms come in front of the face. Press the forearms and palms together. If this feels okay, you can stay here, or maybe you sweep the right arm underneath the left, either pressing the backs of the hands together or letting right fingertips come to left palm. press the shoulder blades into the mat. Lift your elbows up to shoulder height and press your fingertips away from your face. So you feel lots of activation here in the arms. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Deep breath in. Exhale, knees and elbows come towards each other. Inhale as you stretch fingers and toes away from each other. Feet hover. Exhale. Inhaling, moving with your own breath wherever it feels right. Doesn't have to be a really big movement here. Just starting to warm everything up. Couple more, you've got it. Last one, squeeze it in. And inhale, release. The feet come back to the ground. Untwist your arms and let them come to the sides into the shape of a T. And starting to shift onto the outer side of that left hip. So moving the hips to the right as you move onto the outer side of the left hip and dropping the knees to the left. Any variation of a supine twist that suits you here. You can straighten one leg. You can rest your knees onto a block or a bolster, or they can just be hovering. Thinking about lengthening through the spine, and the right hip draws away from right shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Resituate yourself, uncross right leg from left. One more full body stretch. Exhale, bend the knees. And you have a choice here. You can rock yourself up or you can roll to one side and push yourself up as you make your way into a tabletop pose. So once you get into tabletop, you want to make sure your hands are spread, so fingers are spread nice and wide as you push your hands down into the ground. Actively feel like you're pushing the floor away from you. The knees are either right under the hips or maybe a little bit ahead of the hips in front, so maybe you have to shorten your stance so you feel comfortable. And you want to try to keep your gaze down and a little bit forward so your neck is in a nice alignment with your spine. So it doesn't want to be looking down at your knees or your hands. Feel like the crown of your head's reaching away as your tailbone is lengthening in the opposite direction, so your spine is long and your core is active. Deep breath here. And on your next inhale, you'll lift your right leg, extend it straight out from the hip so it's hovering for a moment. And as you exhale, you cross it over towards the left, tuck the toes. Maybe you rock back and forth for a moment, stretching into that foot, into the back of the leg. And we'll take that knee and bend it and bring it up towards right arm. It doesn't have to meet, but maybe it does. Exhale, stretch it back out to the side. Inhale, so moving with your breath, tapping or getting close and extending. One more time, tap and extend. And last one, hold it here for a breath and reach it back out. We're gonna drop the right knee to the opposite side of the left leg and widen your feet. So your leg is stretched to the side. We're widening our legs, our feet as we drop the knees and making your way down to sit. So if that transition doesn't work for you, you can just make your way into a seat however you need to get there and cross your right leg under your left. So maybe your bottom leg's extended if it feels too tight to sit with both knees bent. So find how you need to sit into this pose. Right arm will reach up. Give yourself a little pat on the back here. Left arm reaches to the side. So you can press the left forearm into low back and the right palm into the middle of the back here. You can hold on to your t-shirt if you want to make connection with something and lengthen out. Or if you feel good, you can maybe grab hands. So just see where you are, see what feels all right with your shoulders and your neck. Try to lengthen through the crown of the head, so maybe your chin tucks in just a little. And slowly release the hands. Right arm will stay up as you reach over to the left. And coming back up. Make your way back into that tabletop position. So bringing the hands in front or getting there any other way that feels right to you. Coming back with that right leg extended. The left arm will reach ahead, spinal balance. Breathing in here. So taking this where you need it to go. If you need to keep the left hand down, that's okay. Open it up to the side, awkward airplane. Really squeeze everything in nice and tight. And as you exhale, right leg comes down, left arm reaches up and open. And then we'll thread that left hand under the right, finding a little twist. The right hand can stay under your shoulder, or maybe it walks forward. One more breath here. Bringing the right hand back under the shoulder for support. Inhale. Left arm lifts. One more little twist. Bring that hand down. Walking those fingertips back to where you can sit up. Rotating toes and knees up. And then bring that right foot in so that the ankle is under the knee. Good. It can be a little bit farther if you need to, but try not to bring it too close to the body. Reach the arms nice and wide, and we'll reach with those right fingertips or the fingertips of the bent knee if you're on a different side. Reach, reach, reach. And then we're gonna exhale, right arm reaches down, left arm reaches up. So you're not dumping a lot of weight into the right arm. You're just extending the hands and arms in opposite directions, trying to stay nice and active. Pressing the foot into the ground and engaging your glutes here. One more breath. Inhale, bring it into a little side plank. Right leg can stay down or lifted. So any variation like this or this, whatever feels right to you. One more breath. Inhale, bring it back up. We'll take that knee back in and make your way back down to your tabletop pose, quadruped pose. You can pass through cat and cow here by lifting the chin and tailbone and rounding the back, or you can sit the hips back to the heels, finding a child's pose. You have about 3 breaths here, so find what you need. You can also, if you're in child's pose, pull the arms back alongside the legs. The hands will be by the feet, and that will release into the shoulders. Last breath. And then meeting back in a neutral spine. Left leg extends long. Pause here, breathe, feel your core engage. Pressing into those hands so we're activating the arms. And tapping the toes over to the right. Maybe in this first one, you kind of rock forwards and backwards to kind of release into the toes and the foot and the ankle. Hugging the left knee towards the arm and extending it back out. A few rounds of this movement with your own breath here. Nice job. One more. Hug it in. Hold for a breath. Exhale, extend. Dropping that left knee to the outside of the right. Walking your feet apart and making your way back into that seated position. Once again, if you have to find another way to get there, that's a-okay. If you need to straighten out that bottom leg, the left leg, to feel a little more comfortable, you can do that. You can also sit onto something if your hips are really tight, so if you need a cushion or roll up a blanket to sit on. Making our way through that Gomukhasana pose on this side. So we have our feet all situated, left arm reaches up this time. Pat yourself on the back for making it through this part of practice, for showing up for yourself. Left arm is patting yourself between the shoulder blades, and your right arm will down to the low back. So press that left hand into the spine. Press the right arm into the low back. Maybe you hold on to your t-shirt or have a strap. Or if your shoulders feel okay, you can move all the way into Gomukhasana. Deep, full breath here, trying to relax any areas that feel tense. Breathing space into those areas. And as you exhale, releasing, left arm reaches up, right arm comes to the side. Exhale over into your lateral stretch. Pressing that left hip down into the ground as you reach up and over with with your left arm. Inhale back up. Make your way back into tabletop with that left leg extended behind you. So situate yourself however you need to. Left arm stays grounded down. If you feel like adding on, you can pick up the right hand. Squeeze belly into the spine. Open it up to your awkward airplane. Left leg to the left, right arm to the right. Press the hand and foot or shin into the ground if your toes aren't tucked. Exhale, let the left leg land. Inhale, open up with right arm. And thread right hand under left arm. Nice job. Take a breath. Let that right side of the head relax into the ground. You can take the left arm overhead, or you can keep it under your shoulder. One more breath here. Left hand comes back under the shoulder. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, comes down. And we'll walk ourselves back up. So letting the hands walk back to where you can lift yourself up. I'll turn to face you. So the left leg is extended, and then we'll start to pull that foot in as we bend our knee. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions. Feel nice and expansive across the chest. Gaze over left fingertips as you reach with your left hand. Exhale, right arm reaches up, left hand reaches down. Really actively reach with both arms. Keep breathing. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, flow into that side plank. Either left leg down or you can lift it up. One more breath. Nice job coming all the way back up. Making your way back to tabletop. Take a deep breath here. Ground into your hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Walk the feet forward towards the hands, forward fold, and as we inhale, rising all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll move through a few rounds of sun salutations, then we'll go through our main sequence and cool down. Inhale, reach it up, look up. Please feel free to adjust if this is too fast or if you want to go slow. You don't have to be going the same pace as me. Ground down through your hands, step back to plank, lower down, knees, belly, chest. Keep those elbows squeezing to the back of the room. Inhale, chest lifts for cobra. Exhale, lower down, make your way to downward dog. Maybe you pass through tabletop, or if you're ready, you can lift from your plank pose. Feet come forward to the hands. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, right back into your fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower down, solid plank of wood or knees, belly, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. You can go through tabletop if you need to, or you can always pass through a child's pose. Child's pose is welcome anytime. Feet to hands. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, down. Find your plank pose. Lower down all the way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Nice job. Bring it forward to your fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Bringing your awareness into your left foot. Right knee will hug up and in. So you can take your right hand and left hand around that knee or shin. And from here, we're going to keep the left foot solid where it is, toes facing forward. We're going to open up the right hip so the right knee opens up. And we're going to turn with it as we step into a nice wide warrior two. Like I said before, if you need to adjust yourself once you get here, adjust. So I like to walk my feet where my left heel and my right arch intersect each other. And then reach with those arms nice and wide. Gaze over left fingertips. Make sure there's a nice bend in that knee and engage your glutes. Reach with the left fingertips. Exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Similar to our little move we did at the beginning. We're just standing all the way up now. Inhale, reach up, left palm flips to the sky. Right hand to your low back. And high five that wall behind you. Good. Inhale back up into a triangle pose. So we straighten that front knee. Exhale, reach down. You can bring a block under your hands or use a chair. Good. And we're going to start to transition here. So bending into the left knee, turning onto the ball of your back foot as you bring your fingertips down. So if you need to hop that foot forward a little, that's okay. Come onto your fingertips, really breathe, feel nice and strong here. You can keep fingertips down as you lift that right leg up. Keep that leg engaged, nice and firm. Maybe if you feel good, you can bring fingertips to heart center. You can maybe extend them overhead for more of a challenge or off to the side. Ooh, if you wobble, that's okay. One more breath. As you inhale, come up. Knee back through center where we started. I'll turn to face you. Exhale, keeping the right leg lifted, bend into left knee. We're going to cross that right leg over left. Good. Eagle pose here, so if it feels better, you can tap the right toes down for a little kickstand, or you can tuck the toes, or you can just press pinky edge side of the right foot into left leg. You might be shaking or wobbling, that's okay. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Forearms come together. Maybe if you want to try the arm variation, right arm sweeps under left. Backs of the arms or fingertips. Whatever feels best. One more breath here. If you want, you can try bringing elbows to knees, just like we did in the beginning, except now you're balancing. One more breath. Good job. Inhale, up, untwist, balance on that leg, take up some space. Good. Bring it back down, take a breath. Good job. Maybe you feel your heart beating here. Nice. Moving through the other side here. Balancing on that right foot, hug left knee up and in. So balance is something that's cultivated. Some days it's better than others, and sometimes it just takes time to get where we're comfortable. So be graceful with yourself. It's okay if you're constantly coming in and out or wobbling the whole time. Sometimes those little muscles in our feet aren't used to working, so give them some grace. Taking your time to slowly open that left hip, and then turning to the left as your right toes stay facing forward. Make your way to warrior two. Good. Gaze over right fingertips. Relax your shoulders from your ears. You don't want them up here. Bring them down. Reach with right fingertips. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Breathe. And bring it back up, left hand to low back. Right arm flips, palm to the sky, and reverse. High five the wall behind you. One more breath here. Inhale as you bring it up, straighten through that front leg. Triangle pose, so push those hips to the left. Reach to the right with your right hand. Lots of energy in the legs and feet. As you exhale, right arm reaches down. It doesn't drop. It stays extended and active. Breathing here as you reach up with left arm. Squeeze those thighs and glutes. One more breath. Nice job. And start to pivot onto the ball of the left foot as you bring your fingertips down, bending into the front knee for a little lunge here. Always feeling free to adjust your feet and legs as needed to feel comfortable. Bringing yourself up onto the fingertips. Maybe you lift off with that back leg. If you want to bring the hands off the ground, now is the time to try. If you stayed in your lunge, you can start to make your way into that balancing position. If you're in warrior 3, then start to stand as you bend left knee and bring it up to the chest. Bend into your right knee, left leg crosses over. Moving into that eagle pose on the other side. Good. Maybe forearms come in front of the face. Sweeping left arm under right or staying just where you are. And you can always tap the left toes down to help like a little kickstand if you're extra wobbly on one side. Good. If you want to take elbows and knees towards each other, you can try folding it in here. Let your breath be your guide. If you can't breathe comfortably, then maybe you opt out. Inhale it back up, untwist everything, take up some space. Nice. And bring it back down. Good job. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Widen the feet, turn the toes out. As we inhale, we reach. As we exhale, we squat. Yes, pausing here in the squat, pressing into outer edges of the feet, heel and big toe mound. If you need to sit on a block or if it's a higher up squat, that's fine too. Good. And then making your way to your seat however you need to. You don't have to drop from your squat, but just making your way there, making sure your knees are bent, feet on the floor, hands are coming down on your shoulders. Moving our way through a reverse tabletop, pressing actively into hands and feet, engaging your glutes, lifting your hips up as you inhale. Press down with the hands and feet. Lift out of your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes. Chin can be tucked if it feels better on your back. You can look up or drop the head if that feels okay. One more breath, you've got it. Exhale, lower down. Take a breath, check in with yourself. We'll do this one more time. So you can adjust your hands if you want them to face out to the side or towards your hips or away from you. All of those are options. See what feels right for you. As you inhale, lift it up one more time. It's a really nice pose to counteract a lot of what we do during our day. Driving and texting and reading and computer work. One more breath. Exhale, lower down. We'll do a little seated child's pose, so bringing the feet together if that's all right with your body. Wrapping forearms around shins and then dropping head down. It doesn't have to rest on the knees, but maybe towards the knees. Feeling expansion in the back as it presses outward as you inhale. Maybe you feel your belly pressing against your thighs. And slowly coming back up to sit. We're going to take our feet wide. The hands are going to come back behind us. We're just sort of resting into our hands again and dropping the knees over to one side and then the other. Kind of like a little windshield wiper action with our legs. Fast or slow, whatever feels good. Yeah. And making your way back up into a comfortable seat. Any position that feels right, cross-legged or in a chair or whatever. Taking a moment here for gratitude, bringing the hands together at heart center. It's like a nice way to balance the hemispheres of our body by pressing the palms together. Saying thank you to yourself for showing up and putting some energy and effort into the practice and getting yourself moving and breathing. Saying thank you to your body. I extend my gratitude to you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. It's truly a joy and an honor. The light, the love, and the truth in me sees, honors, and is inspired by the light, the love, and the truth in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. And I hope you enjoy your virtual Friday or whatever day you end up watching this video on. I hope it's a wonderful one. Thank you.